Hello, sweet souls. This is your last reading. It's so interesting, that second reading I did. When you think about the grand design of this reality and how it is all energy, and when you think about from part one how your karmic from the past, due to their own fear of being judged, their fear of people finding out the truth, and all that energy they put into fearing that it's going to happen, they actually manifested it. It's mind-blowing, but that's what came out. It's pretty mind-blowing. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive, centered myself or the viewer. We're going to call on the Holy Spirit, angel saints, spirit guides, and ancestors, and ask for a message for the viewer's greater good. We pray for truth and only truth, for the greater good of the collective. So let's see. Let's see, guys. What's in the overall energy? Overall energy. My beautiful collective. Holy Spirit. Woo! Strength. You have strength, you have courage, you have confidence, and you are moving forward. Positive movement forward. You can expect things to pick up quickly for you. The month of August and October could be significant. The 19th or the 8th of a month could be significant for you as well. This has to do with your safety, your security, and your stability with base chakra, and then material harvest and triumph and success underneath that for divine femme, whether you're a man or a woman, building a firm foundation because you made the right choice. By you moving on, protecting your peace and doing your healing, staying in your own lane, you are allowing justice to play out. I love it. It's amazing. All right. When you understand the tools of the enemy, when you understand the only way to continue to control you even when you're apart is through your own anxiety, fear, sadness, sorrow, depression, and when you can zoom out and see that that's the tool that's being used and completely release yourself through your own healing and disengaging and just moving on, it's powerful. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing is powerful. Be proud of you. Current energy. Obstacle. Advice. Outcome. You're happy. You are in this beautifully high vibrational, happy energy, allowing things to play out, going with the flow. The current energy, you're really relying on your intuition. And that was a strong message in both readings today. Allowing the spiritual realm to guide you with complete surrender, with hope, with faith, with trust. That has really helped you. The obstacle is someone who's refusing to change. They don't want to change. They want to be dark and deceptive. It's sad. But the advice is this is exactly why unfinished symphony. This person keeps repeating the same cycles. They don't ever learn the lesson. So it's always unfinished. It's just a repeat. Different people, same lesson. The outcome is you have divine assistance. You have the spiritual realm guiding you, aiding you, and protecting you, which is amazing. So let's clarify these cards. All right. Holy Spirit, holy angels, saints, spirit guides, and ancestors. And I want to tell you guys, so last night I was making Mark some banana pudding, and because he loves my banana pudding. So I was listening to worship music, and I was crying because sometimes those Christian songs move me. And I was crying. And I went over and I turned the light on. I have a little wicker lamp on my counter. And I turned the light on. It has two settings. The first is really bright. The other one is like a dim light, which I like that one. So I turned it on the dim lighting, and I turned back around, cutting my bananas into the bowl. And when I looked back, the light was off. And it wasn't just off. The switch was turned off. So either it was my mom or it was the spiritual realm communicating with me. So I wanted to share that. All right, please clarify deep knowing. Deep knowing. Yeah, it's like you had an inner knowing. Yes, you were dealing with a soulmate. But yes, this was a karmic soulmate. This was a karmic lesson. And so your intuition, the spiritual realm is telling you, look, collective, you move away from this karmic. Not only are you going to be happier, you're going to meet someone new and you're going to be more stable, more financially secure than you've ever been just by closing out the cycle with this past person. So your intuition is telling you this, which that's great news. I love that. So let's look. Because you know what? The spiritual realm knows this person's never going to change. Not in the energy they're in now. They don't want to change. And it's an obstacle for anyone that's connected to this person. They're a walk-in nightmare. Tell me about the obstacle, a change in the wind on the fence. They need healing. Yeah. See, it's an obstacle for this person to put the work in, to heal, and to learn to love themselves, because then they couldn't be a player anymore. And so they don't want to change. They want to be a player. That's why it's an obstacle. That's why spiritual realm said, you need to get out of here. This person, this is who they are in their soul, in their spirit. They don't want to change. They don't see anything wrong with who they are, hurting people, cheating people. The advice, they're just going to keep repeating cycles, but they're not going to do it with collective. Advice. Advice. Yeah. They're saying, you know, this person, that 10 swords they put in your back and this devil energy was the biggest blessing of your life. This person, like I said, is a walk-in nightmare. This person caused you mental instability, caused you to feel unstable, imbalanced, unable to sleep. This is why they're saying the spiritual realm is guiding you away so that you could plant new seeds, that you could be prosperous, that you could be loved, appreciated, and respected for who you are. With a leg up, the spiritual realm's helping you. They got your back. A leg up. Yeah. And let me tell you how the spiritual realm is helping you. Because this person refuses to get out of your energy, refuses to stop playing mind games, spreading lies, illusions, cyberbullying, whatever they're doing. Spiritual realm is saying, we're blocking this karmic partner and they're under judgment. They're going to be placed under judgment. What does judgment look like for this person? Well, their judgment is watching you and the Empress energy be blessed, receive your blessings, while they go through financial ruin. 5 of Pentacles on the fence. Not only that, everyone's seeing them for all that they've done in the 5 of Swords energy to battle you. And again, it could be online proof. There could be online proof. All right, let's look at happy, happy. Happy, happy. You're happy because you are following God's guidance and you are aligning with your divine purpose. For some of you, you are a teacher, a guide. You're someone that's meant to teach and guide others, help others, give your love and nurturing energy to others. And that's why you're happy. You're finding your true north, and someone's heartbroken. They're heartbroken because your fate and destiny, your path, it includes generational wealth. This is why they're heartbroken. It's all about the money. Oh, goodness sake. Okay. Let's do another round. Let's try the gold deck. This is always a trick, doing this deck, because it's so slippery. With deep knowing, you know, you've got the spiritual insight. You know, the divine is like, look, yeah, it was a soulmate. You had a close connection, but it was a karmic. A real divine love won't do this to you. And they're saying, look, once you move away from this person, Not only are you going to call in a new divine partner, but you're going to have so much safety, security, stability, financial resources. Your confidence and independence will increase. Your creative abilities will increase. Deep knowing. Deep knowing. Yeah. You also were given the clarity that this person that doesn't want to change will only keep you stuck and trapped in a never-ending cycle. No change, no growth, no love, more of the same. That's why you're guided to move away from this person. When I'm saying they're a nightmare, this person is a nightmare because they bleed their wounds all over everyone else. They try to attract people that are enablers, people that are yes men and yes women that will say yes, go into agreement with whatever this person says. That's the type of people they want to be around. People that just enable them. Spiritual realm is saying it's an obstacle for this person. They don't want to change. They don't want to put the work in to heal. It's an obstacle for them to love themselves, because if they do, they can't be a player no more. And this person, it's an obstacle. They don't want to change. Obstacle. It's also an obstacle because by you taking your power back, moving on, you're allowing justice to play out. And they are watching. And they can't stand that you are so strong and confident, that you look so amazing, that you're inspiring others in some way. They can't stand that you know your value and worth and that you have so much courage. It's an obstacle. The unfinished symphony, they're going to keep repeating cycles. The spiritual realm is saying this person is a nightmare for anyone they're connected to because of their wounding. You're guided to move on and plant new seeds. They're just going to continue to repeat the same cycles. Unfinished symphony. Unfinished symphony. Yeah, they're saying, this person, because they're in that player energy and they operate from ego, they have bound themselves to repeat. This is like a turnstile of karmic toxic energies. Devil, lovers, strength. This person, because they're operating in ego, this is the only type of partner they can call in. Low vibrational and toxic, just like them, because they operate from ego. You're a high priestess. You're so tapped in. You see clearly. You know that this person is beneath you energetically. They're not at your level. So you are relying on the spiritual realm to guide you. With a leg up, the spiritual realm is stepping in to block this karmic partner and put them under judgment. The other way that the spiritual realm is helping you is you're receiving blessings. You're an Empress energy, and this person's being put in the Five of Pentacles energy. Financial ruin. A leg up. Your creative projects are getting a leg up. They're going to prosper in ways you can't imagine. With 8 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles, this is aligned for you because it is your destined path and purpose. It is your legacy. And this is the divine giving you a leg up to help you. This is victory. This is clarity. So much insight on your path. It's beautiful. You're happy because for many of you, you already know that you're a healer. You're meant to teach and guide others. Someone's heartbroken because they know what's attached to your new path is generational wealth. Happy, happy. They're also upset because they've done everything in the world to look like the winner, to play a game, to battle you, to compete with you, and you didn't even care. They're upset because the seeds you are planting are coming to harvest, and it was due to your hard work and healing. Yeah, they know God protects you. This person is well aware that God protects you. 7 of Pentacles, 4 Swords, Hierophant. And they know that this is why they can't make an impact. They can't stop or block you. They know it's because of God. God has his hand over your life. And this person's going through financial consequences because now you've moved on. You're free and clear for the spiritual realm to come in and serve justice. And St. Michael is protecting you. So that's pretty amazing. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put it on pause. I'm going to get another deck out. Hold on. Okay. So when I was taking the break to get this deck, the Spirit was saying, this person, the lights are on, but no one's home. They're definitely compromised in their mental health. I'm not a doctor, psychologist, or psychiatrist, counselor, but this is what the spiritual realm said. The lights are on, but no one's home. This person is spiraling into the abyss of darkness. With deep knowing, you were given perfect clarity. Like, you move away from this karmic, you're going to call in a new union. You're going to have more safety, security, and stability than you've ever had. And they were also telling you this person's plan was to keep you trapped and stuck in a low vibration. Deep knowing. Deep knowing. Yeah. You know, I also feel like the deep knowing here is you are going to call in a divine partner that is going to be loving and kind and loyal and emotionally available to you. The spiritual realm is saying continue to speak your truth with this deep knowing energy. Continue to move forward. And don't worry about whatever this person is trying to do to battle you. It's being taken care of. 5 of Swords is being taken care of. Yeah, look at this. Can't make it up. 7 of Wands. You're protected. That's why they don't want you to worry. They do want you, however, to stay silent. Don't share your good news. Don't share anything in the public because this person is definitely watching. With a change in the wind on the fence, they don't want to change. They want to continue to be a player. It's too hard for them to put in the work to heal and to love themselves because then they couldn't be a player. It's also an obstacle because you look amazing. You're inspirational. You're spiritual. You're powerful. You're courageous. And you moved on and you let justice play out and they're watching. Yeah. It's an obstacle because they're watching you be blessed by God. Ace of Pentacles, opportunities for financial growth. The blockage is they can't create chaos and conflict for you anymore. They can't lie, cheat, or steal anymore because you see clearly, because you're so tapped in. Yeah, it's an obstacle to block you and create illusions because you are already moved on and planting new seeds. That's why it's an obstacle. Unfinished symphony, they just keep repeating cycles. You were guided to move away from this karmic energy and plant new seeds because this person's in a perpetual loop of attracting toxic, dark, low vibrational karmic energies because they operate from ego. You're a high priestess. You're well aware of all of this. Unfinished symphony. And now this person is coming to the awareness. Your legacy holds a lot of wealth. We have the 10 of Pentacles out here 3 times, collective. 3 times you have the 10 of Pentacles. The most wealth you can have in tarot is the 10 of Pentacles. And it's the truth. This is destined for you. This is your victory, your success, your win. With a leg up, spiritual realm is blocking this karmic partner, putting them under judgment. Also, you are receiving your blessings in this Empress energy while they are going through financial ruin. You are putting in the work. You're creating something that is prospering, or it will. Divine intervention is here to say, look, You're on the path to generational wealth because this is your birthright. This is what you deserve. A leg up. Because you made the right decision to answer the call, to put in the work, not only towards your healing, but to create on your own independently, Nine of Pentacles, you are going to prosper. Absolutely. It's so validating because every deck I'm using is saying the same thing. You're happy because you either already know that you're a healer or you just know you have a big calling over your life. And someone's heartbroken because they know that there's financial resources, a lot of financial resources attached to what you're being called to do. This is someone that's been battling you, but you're just focusing on planting new seeds because you've healed and you're following God. This person is also aware that God is protecting you. Now, this false emperor energy is feeling like the wounded warrior because of the bad investment they made, and also the fact that that wheel is turning in your favor. This is good luck, fame, fortune, things aligning for you because you are aligned with what's fated for you. And you're following God. This is why you're happy. They're carrying burdens because they're refusing to heal. They're in mental anguish. Their mental capacity is compromised. Absolutely, it's compromised. That's what I feel. And it's really sad. It's sad because we don't want anyone to be in this type of energy, but this person absolutely is refusing to do the work. They're being guided too, just like you. Spiritual realm is telling this person, look, this lifestyle isn't serving you. Things keep falling apart. Why do you think everything's falling apart? Because you've been guided to heal. You've been guided to be accountable and you refuse to do it. It's going to go from bad to worse to worse to worse. It's just going to keep getting worse for this person. So let's see. I want to do a little from, but you guys collective are doing amazing. This is why we see so much generational wealth for you. Let's do Mystic Red Rose Tarot. Let's just get some from this deck to see what is going on in this Karmic's life that they are so obsessed with trying to interfere with collective. Well, you're setting boundaries. You don't want to have anything to do with this person, and this has them really miffed. They're really upset. Also, the fact that they know that they were misled by a girl, it says a girl with a snake, charmed or used, enable boundaries. This person didn't set boundaries and they were sucked in under false pretenses by a karmic energy. So this is another reason they're angry. They're also angry because they wanted you to chase them due to their fear of abandonment and codependency, but you refused. Now they're heartbroken. They may have a lot of passion for you because they're a player. That's the only emotion that they can show. Yeah, because they haven't evolved or grown. They haven't healed their inner child. They haven't released their past. So passion, player energy is all they feel comfortable with. Wow. Yeah, you look at this person as someone that's a sabotager. And you just ascended and evolved. You've grown from this experience, and all this person can do is reminisce about you, think about you. They could be talking to others about you as well, or they just want to meet up and talk with you. Things are coming to light. The truth is coming to light, not only for this person, but people in the environment. Yeah, people know that they're in a karmic relationship and they're resentful and they're triggered because they chose wrong and they're mad at you. This person lacks confidence. They self-sabotage because they operate from ego and fear. This is their downfall. Self-indulgent, self-worth and value, time to heal, shadow work. They need to do shadow work. It's not, and this is not a young person. I don't feel like this is a young person. Yeah, this can be an older person out here acting like a 20-year-old man or woman, having to have many options, unconventional one-night stands and string-alongs. This is how they're living their life. And they're facing endings, death, coffin. You are focused on self-love, making healthy choices. You could be calling in a twin flame, soulmate, doesn't matter. Somebody that's high vibrational into your life. Yeah, this person, they've destroyed unconditional love, giving and receiving fairness and love, affection returned. They can only attract one-sided relationships. And I feel that now the tables have turned. They're the ones that are being breadcrumbed. The same way that they treated you in your union with them, that's how the karmic is treating them. Interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, and want to date. You're not interested in this person at all. You don't want to date this person. You don't even want to speak to this person. They're too dark. You don't want them in your energy. And this person wants to return with death in reverse. They want to come back around. Yeah, they don't want you to move on. They don't want you to cut ties. They don't want you to progress. They don't want you to receive what you need. That's all in reverse. But it's not up to them. You're calling in a real divine connection. Whether it's a twin flame or a soulmate, it leads to an engagement, higher commitment, eternity, partnership, and union and completion. Because you completed this cycle with this person that can't stop wearing a mask, hiding true feelings, pretending to delude, gaslight, and personify. They live in a perpetual loop of illusion, pretending to be somebody that they're not. Healing heartbreak is the blockage. Toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship, it's the blockage. They haven't done any healing. They're still bound to toxicity and toxic dynamics. And they backstab people. Heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception, lies, and shocking attack. You were probably shocked. You probably never imagined this person would do this to you. Stab you in the back, all to feed their lust desires. Seduction is gross. Is really gross. Their energy is gross. I'm sorry. You're focused on your own happiness. This person may be missing you, but you don't miss anything about this person. What was there to miss? Abuse, control, dominance, belittling you, lying, cheating, stealing. What is there to miss? Their addictions, their addictive patterns and behaviors, their codependency, their obsession, restraint, possession, control, emotional blockages. Is that what you would miss? No. Who in their right mind would miss that in any type of relationship? Yeah, this person has outdated thinking. They've played these games their whole life. They've worn this poker face, played games their whole life. And it's old. It's getting old. They're too old to be playing these games. Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. That's the blockage. They're not going to be able to run away from the consequences. People are watching. While they're watching you, people are watching them. You've cut this person off. They've called in a mirror reflection of themselves. This karmic partner is a mirror reflection of who they are. So they're getting a taste of their own medicine and how they treated you. This is exactly how the karmic energy is treating them. Putting them in competition, breadcrumbing them, giving them very little and expecting a lot. And I feel like that is exactly what's happening in this person's reality. I want to get one from this Jesus deck. Loving words of Jesus. I think it's loving words. No, Jesus for everyday living. I just want to get one of these for the beautiful collective. What do they need to know? It says, it is more blessed to give than to receive. And that kind of goes along with the download I got last night about not being in servitude, but being of service will help you get over the hump, because it calls back in all of that loving energy, which helps you to heal. It shifts the energy. Anything is possible if a person believes. Your faith. That's beautiful. All right, I think we're going to leave this reading here. I am scheduling for the second week of September. If you are interested, I have maybe one appointment left for that day. I love you guys so much. Please share the videos, like and subscribe, and I will see you for tomorrow's readings. Bye-bye.